FingerSkateSelective. 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 What up? It's FingerSkateSelective here, and I'm coming at you today with a long-awaited fingerboard review. This is the all-new TOTD Concave series fingerboard. Now, as you probably already know, this is pretty big news in the fingerboard community because this is something a lot of us have been hoping would happen for quite some time now. So let's get right into it. First off, these can be tricky to spot while fingerboard shopping because, as you can see, at first glance, it looks like any other normal TOTD. So real quick here, let me show you how to determine whether or not it has a special feature such as concave. For 2011, TOTD has put all the information that you need to know while fingerboard shopping along the right hand side of the packaging. For instance, this one says concave right here in small pinkish letters, and that's the only place on the entire package that tells you that this fingerboard has concave, so you really have to keep an eye open. I'm going to give you a little side note here. If you haven't watched my video called Heads Up Shopping for TOTDs, go check that out. I go into much more detail about how to find that certain TOTD that you might be looking for, so go check that out. So the TOTD Concave series fingerboard, it's a normal TOTD as far as the packaging and the extras. You get the standard extra set of wheels, the small sticker sheet, and the classic TOTD tool. Also, just like any other standard TOTD, the Concave series wheels and trucks perform in that classic TOTD fashion, which we all know could use a tune-up, but really, I think it's gotten better over the past couple years. Now, something interesting that I've wondered about since first hearing of a concave TOTD is the width of the TOTD going to be the same, and no, it isn't. Now, what I mean by this is, if you were to take a standard TOTD like this one here, it doesn't have concave. If you were to heat it up with a lighter and bend up some homemade concave, the overall width of the fingerboard would be shortened. And that's what I wondered about with the new concave series, is if they were going to use the standard width TOTD, put it in the mold and add concave, and then it would come out even less wide. But no, after measuring, I'm going to show you here, measuring the bottom of a standard TOTD, it's almost exactly 1 inch. Now measuring the bottom of the concave series and making sure the tape is flat against the concave angles, I get almost 1 inch and 1/8. So TOTD didn't cut any corners. They actually added 1/8 of an inch to the entire width of the TOTD so that when they add the concave, it still comes out to 1 inch. And I'll show you here, when I measure the top of a standard TOTD, it comes to 1 inch. Also, when I measure the top of the concave TOTD, leaving the gap over the concave, it also comes out to 1 inch. So props to TOTD for not cutting corners and making them even less wide. So the concave series is actually 1/8 wider, but it still comes out to 1 inch with the concave, which is really cool that they did that. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. I was really surprised that the amount of concave was on this board. I thought it would be a lot less for some reason, and it is ditch style concave, which means it comes down flat and then up again, so there is creases on there where the concave goes, but really when you're feeling it with your fingers, you can't even feel that. It feels round. You can't really feel the lines, so it's got a really good feel to it. And to be honest, I've never really been a fan of the TOTD low style kicks. With the good amount of added concave, it really makes the kicks feel a lot higher and more useful. So for the official kick concave combo, I would go ahead and rate the kicks low medium, and I would rate the concave medium high. Now, the reason I didn't rate the kicks as just plain low is, like I said, the concave really makes them feel higher than they are. So with the improved kick concave combo, I found this TOTD to be about 50% more trickable, flickable, and overall more useful than a standard TOTD. It has a really good feel to it. Like I said, if you were to upgrade the bushings, the wheels, and the grip tape, you would have a super fingerboard right here. But don't get me wrong, it's great how it is, and when you factor in the price of this fingerboard, it gets even better. I got this at my local Walmart for under $3, which is a crazy deal for such nice fingerboard. Also, real quick here, my Walmart's overall TOTD area is relatively small compared to some that I've seen at other stores, and I found 3 TOTDs there with concave, so I think the ratio is pretty good for concave standard TOTDs. I don't think you'll have to search hard to find one of these. I think you'll be able to go right down to your local Walmart or TOTD dealer and be able to find one of these without searching too hard or paying a ridiculous internet price for one, which is really cool. Also here, as you can see, this is graphic number 1 out of 12, and I heard something from a TOTD dealer. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I heard that TOTD is only releasing a couple graphics a month for the rest of the year. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. But overall, I'm really impressed with the fact that TOTD is stepping up their game. They've got their ear to the streets and they're are hearing what we have to say and they're acting on it and improving their stuff. So props to Tech Deck for that, for sure. I think they set out to make regular Tech Decks more flippable by adding concave, and I believe they did just that. Hopefully they can keep up the good work and continue listening to consumer feedback and bringing us even more cool fingerboard stuff. I know they have wooden competition series with foam grip in the works and even wooden ramps, so I can't wait to check those out and review them, so be on the lookout for those in the future. Go get you a Tech Deck Concave series fingerboard today. Make sure you guys check out all my other fingerboard reviews and all my other wacky videos. I appreciate you guys watching. It is what it is. I will see you guys sooner than later.